it's Magical Quilt, and I'm going to be doing a new series that I'm super excited about. I'm going to be creating a personal curriculum. A personal curriculum has been trending around Instagram lately, and I heard it from this creator and this creator. They're doing literary curriculums, which I absolutely had to jump on. So I am going to be studying dark academia. My personal curriculum is going to run like a regular semester from September to December. There's something I've been pondering about dark academia ever since I read R. Kuang's Babel. Babel was so academic. And I've noticed that there are other books that are dark academia, meaning that they're set in academia, where they have the aesthetic of academia, and they have their critique as well. They're critiquing institutions, they're critiquing the government, they're critiquing gender, race, all these various other themes, but they don't have the academic nature. So I wanted to know, what exactly is dark academia? Is it aesthetic? Is it aesthetic? Is it academic? What makes dark academia? And how does R.F. Kuang contribute to that narrative using scholarship? Catabasis came out, and there has been a lot of controversy and conversation about it being too scholarly. And I was confused by that narrative because I thought dark academia was meant to be scholarly. So I'm interested to know, what is dark academia? So I'm going to be doing my personal curriculum on dark academia and how R.F. Kuang has contributed to it, or maybe changing it to be more academic in nature. As a longtime lover of academia, I am a PhD student and currently working on my dissertation. I love all things learning. So R.F. Kuang's writing is exactly up my alley. Reading a research paper that is formed in a fantastical way couldn't be any better for me. So I'm excited to read Catabasis and dive deeper into it through my personal curriculum. If you guys would like to join me, I'm going to be reading a book about once a month and evaluating and discussing it. I am going to begin this series with Donna Tartt's The Secret History. Donna Tartt's The Secret History has been dubbed the beginning of the subgenre dark academia. So obviously I have to start at the beginning. It was published in about 1992, and there has been some controversy over this book because some people believe that it glorifies the elitism instead of critiquing it. So I'm interested to know how she attacks the dark academia in her book and whether it's a critique or a glorification. The next book we're going to be reading is If We Were Villains by M.L. Rio. If We Were Villains uses dark academia as a backdrop for theater, but scholarship isn't really used in this. It's more about performance than academia. I would like to see how M.L. Rio was able to use the dark academic backdrop to critique some of the themes in the story. Dark academia would be nothing without its gothic undertones, so I'll be reading Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. Mary Shelley's Frankenstein uses academia in an interesting way because it's really about the obsession of forbidden knowledge and what disastrous results that brings. But the gothic undertones is just so incredible, and I believe it will really add to the conversation. For a more modern take, I'll be reading Ninth House. It uses academia as a backdrop for elitism and occult secrecy. It talks about gender and power and trauma and power, and it has the aesthetic and location, but I want to see what it does with academia in order to really sell the subgenre. Or is it simply more about the location and setting, and is academia used as a metaphor or a symbol for elitism in general? So I'm really looking forward to reading this as well and evaluating this under the lens of what it's doing in the dark academic subgenre. Of course, now we get to the meaty bits. I'm going to be reading two books from R.F. Kuang, and that's going to be Babel and Catabasis. I'm going to be reading both of these books because I believe they're revolutionary in terms of the way that it tackles dark academia. Babel uses translation studies and linguistic theory to push the plot. R. Kuang uses actual scholarship to move the plot forward. It's a method to critique. Not only are they in school and they're learning about linguistic studies and how it contributes to colonialism and race, gender, and power, but she also uses it to critique itself. I want to dive deeper in how artist scholarship and academia to drive the narrative forward, not just as academia as a backdrop or a setting or an aesthetic, but as a method to critique. Art Kuang is using scholarship as a narrative engine, and she's also calling upon the reader to ask questions themselves, to think critically and dive deep. I would also like to evaluate Kuang's scholarship and academic nature in her books if it transforms the way that dark academia critique elitism and institutions. So I'm very much looking forward to reading Catabasis. I've already read Babel, so it will be a reread, but Catabasis will be my first run through. I loved Babel so much that I'm very much looking forward to rereading this under the lens of my research question. Really hoping that you guys enjoy this series as much as I will. I would welcome all of you to follow along. I'm going to be doing larger lectures on YouTube and some deeper analysis on Substack, and I'll be updating on Instagram with my readings. And if you would like to, you can join Behind the Quill, which will give you an opportunity to have discussions about this topic in my channel. Thank you so much for joining me and have such a wonderful day. Bye!